Good afternoon. Zaidi boy here. Like, I do these sonic things with my voice. Like, let's just say that, right? Like, and it comes under, I like to put it under the category of things I learned in jail, things I learned. Like, I want to write a book called Things I Learned. Emiliano! Donde stupid. Everyone thinks they're goddamn, they love their dogs, right? But how many people have a pair of shoes that remind them of their dog? I got to tell you, I got these. They're amazing shoes. Like, I just found them. I just found them on the subway. Like, I kept them. Like, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Like, I saw what it was. It was the usual. Like, as a security guard, ex-security guard, and as a bipolar person, right? It's like I see it all the time. Like, you probably see it if you live in Toronto or any other major city. You're yeah. So, sweetie, I thank you for the ride, and I'll pay you for the gas for sure. And sweetie, I'm not gonna take the guitar. I'll take the small one. I'll just use the small one because it works just fine. My wife and I are just talking about different things here, and I really appreciate the fact that she lets me record her, because she actually had to get to this point. Like most people, she was pretty. I'm fucking camera shy. I don't know about my wife. Like, this is another reason I tell people to create content and start a YouTube channel, frankly, as far as I'm concerned. Like, Instagram and all this other shit, like, forget about it. Do you want self awareness, the ultimate self awareness, as a modern, hectic day person or whatever the fuck that is? Like, that's like, listen, I'm the guy who, for many years, I don't do it for some reason, but I know it's the best. For many years, I've held onto the idea and I've said it, and people have agreed, like online on social media, whatever, right? It's like my ex boss from Computer Associates, formerly, CA.com, formerly known as Computer Associates. My ex boss, this fucking guy, like Pratish. Hi, if you watch this ever. No, he's a great guy. He's a solid guy. He's a fucking solid guy. We see, he taught me about professionalism and sales. Let's just leave it at that. He taught me about that, and those are a big fucking deal for me. He taught me about that. And then let's just add a little layer. He taught me about how business really is by showing me. He basically one day he just eyeballed me and he said, "Motherfucker, all we're interested in, as in me and Sergio, his boss, is money. And yes, it's very much like the mob. And yes, if someone gets fired or some fucking shit happens at the customer site, like the customer, like their stock goes down in value or someone gets fired on their team, and because what it is, it's like everyone has a job, and they, like, let's put it this way, like if you don't perform and produce results, your job, there's a certain thing they want, which is called an outcome, right, kids? Right, so like I have this new little fucking line, or like this little thing I say right now. So like I got a pair of shoes, like they're Pumas, and they have a Adidas insole. Like this fucking dog, basically. I love this dog more. I was just telling my wife. I don't know if it is the case. I mean, it's probably not the case, but I just said it because it was seemed funny at the time. I suppose it's a lie, but the thing is, like, I love this dog. Like he's our kid. I know what people mean now. How can you not when the goddamn thing is like it's pure, it's pure. It's like to say it's nature, like it's just so innocent. And so as a Muslim, I say to you, Inna Allah Jamil wal yuhibbul Jamal. God, Maximiliano. What about me, man? Like when mommy's not here, like he just did it again right now, and it's been 4 years. We've had him 4 fucking years. So sorry for swearing so much, sweetie. So this goddamn dog, like he can't live without my wife. He can't live without her. Like he can't. Like it makes me cry sometimes thinking about this, frankly, because I'm the same way. Like I can't live without her, and she can live without me just fine. That's the thing, right, sweetie? So whatever, guys. Acres of Diamond. I want to send someone this book, or I want this book, and they The only thing that's gonna get me off my ass and get this fucking book, sorry for swearing, is if one of you fucking people actually sends me a comment that doesn't, that, that doesn't that doesn't trigger my bipolar syndrome and make me go ape shit or release my passive aggression. And I'm gonna tell you, passive aggression, hashtag passive aggression, kids, yo, that's what it is. Passive aggression, to say it's a thing, passive aggression is like this. Me, here's my advice for the average person. Do two things. You must. A, you must start boxing, and that means you have boxing gloves and or a bag or some fucking thing that you can be, sweetie, right near. I sent my wife. There's something that called a pan. Yo, there's something, sweetie. Remember this thing I sent you? It's called the panic room, or not a panic room. Like, sweetie, I found it's near our place, sweetie. This thing I'm gonna talk about. Anyway, like the dog, like he doesn't give a shit about me. Like when we're home, Maximiliano, get over here. Come on, man. Mommy's coming in. You know this. He knows what's going on, right? Like the thing is, he knows what's going on. He's like you. He's a goddamn monster, is what he is. He looks like he looks like, he looks like a cute little Shih Tzu. He's a little shit. It's, the reason I'm saying this is because, guys, I refer you to my video that I, if you go back a few channels, like a few, sorry, like videos on this channel. So, guys, here's the thing. I had a different YouTube channel last year, and I experimented on that, and I had several videos. One was about Charles Manson that popped, quote unquote. Like, that's a kid term. I learned from the kids. I love kids, and I've learned everything I know. I've learned from either kids or my fucking wife or my goddamn mom. Like, you are the fucking one, no me. I'm swearing. Sorry, like, sweetie. You know I don't mean like. Can you just slow down? This just fell over. Like, can you calm down? Like, my wife has driven me to drink, eh? But this, hey, fuck you, bro. Anyway, which way should we go? We're going to photo 7, right? Well, I thought you were gonna put the thing in there, or didn't we put it in there, or what's going on? What happens with my wife is her brother. Didn't Avran say this, sweetie? Like, her brother, basically, he said something remarkable. Like her niece, for example, Irene, her elder sister's daughter, Irene. So now she said something so amazing. She said, "Las mujeres novoas, su familia, mi esposa, la familia de mi esposa, su nombre is Novoas, like they're a big fucking, like they're a clan more or less in like the hills of Bucaramanga." Like, when you say it like this, it's terrible. It's already terrible when you say Bucaramanga. Bucaramangana is, if you ask me, where's your wife from? Oh, she's North Pakistani. And if I say Bucaramangana, at this point, then the whole thing dynamic changes, because it's like, whoa, Colombian women really are the most beautiful in the world. And by the way, okay, Donald Trump, let's just put a fact. The fact is, Donald Trump agrees with that as well, because you had a Miss Colombia. Okay, and I like telling people, like, okay, for example, Bill Clinton, not to mention there's many top 100 lists of books ever that include Bill Clinton's favorite book, which is Gabriel Garcia Marquez, 100 Years of Solitude. And the guy, like, is from Colombia as well, right? And he wrote Love in the Time of Cholera, and he has come up with, or he it's amazing. Like, I'm just right now just thinking about it, I'm fantasizing, and I wish I had 100 Years of Solitude. So I'll tell you what, guys, I'll up the ante, as it were. I'm gonna get these books in any case, or I would love to get my hands on them. And what I found is the first word that was revealed to Prophet Muhammad by the angel Gabriel, peace be upon them all, as far as Muslims are concerned and what we have been taught to believe, Iqra, Iqra. 114 chapters in the Quran. Two of these do not have the the Opening verse, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name, Bismillah. The B is with. Ism means name. Bismillah. Allah just means God with a capital G. Christian Arabs say Allah. They say Masih ibn Allah, Messiah, son of Allah. Now, Christ, like I look like crap, right? This is cause this is what happens. I've been talking all day. I haven't been brushing my teeth regularly, I suppose, right? I mean, I tried to look nice because I was coming out to see my wife, but actually, you know what? I'll just tell you straight up. I need to go to the dentist. My teeth look like shit. And this is the thing. This is what you learn. I think actually what it is for the first time, I'm conscious of my teeth in my life. And that's what YouTube has done to me. See, guys, what happens is if you just keep at it with the YouTube videos, or even if it's just a blog, or you go to anchor.fm for podcast. Why? Because that's what Gary effing V says. He follows me on Twitter. I follow him on Twitter. I sent him a link to a video on my original Zydy Boy channel. The video is entitled "The Search for Service Ontario." It's just one of these weirded out fucking things I did like over 10 years ago, 12 years ago. Like it's such an honor that this guy like whatever he checked me out. I sent him a line, like they say. I'm a marketer. This is what we do. Like, so I was like, yo, need some love. That's what because that's what he is. That's yo. He fucking delivered. He's the guy who basically said, I want to be the poster child for business done the good way. Like you, yo, he lives and dies based on things like hashtag gratitude, engineered with gratitude or things like this. Like, or he's got K Swiss sneakers, like third generation, like this company, sneaker company, K Swiss. They make Gary V fucking sneakers, and this guy doesn't sit on his ass ever. Like my wife, I call her the Energizer Bunny. She gets up at 5, she reads the Bible for 2, and prays for 2 hours every day, every day, every day, every day, like 364 maybe, minus Christmas and things like this, right? Uh, but anyway, sweetie, if you want, I'll drive. If you want, we can just forget about it and go somewhere else. Let's just do that. Let's just forget about it. Okay. Because like we seem to be like we're just like going in circles here. So like when I say in circles, like I don't know, I don't know what my wife is up to, but like there's traffic and she's avoiding it on the one hand, but like I don't know where the hell we are right now. So I have a Calgary driver's license. I literally have a letter right now I'm carrying around with me from the Alberta Motor Registry. So it's like, yeah, with the teeth, it's like this. My videos are attracting more attention, and as I get more clicks and more comments and things like this, like thousands of clicks in my world is a big fucking deal. Like, how many times can you say that you've influenced like hundreds of people in a day or some fucking thing? That's why online is everything. That's why I'm a phone sales guy. For example, like I'm old school. Like there's the old school people that say, no, I gotta eyeball the guy to do business with him. Now that's a kind of like a mobster type of approach, and I totally get that because if you're buying a goddamn car, like some people are gonna go to Tesla.com and pay 60 grand and buy. Don't tell me this is we're here already. Oh, Connor, I see what you're doing. Okay, great. Okay, great. So, nice neighborhood, right, guys? I mean, this is like if you're not in Canada, because I have people back in Pakistan that watch these videos too. So, salamun alaikum. If any of you guys back home are watching it, बड़ा मुझे अच्छा लगता है कि मेरे यानी despite my crazy behavior, my cousins in Pakistan idolize me. They treat me like a celebrity. Like, I just talked to one of my cousins this morning. Like, me and three other cousins, what we're doing, like I've got a website. If you want, you can send me a comment and I'll send you the link because I'm probably gonna forget. Like I'm baked, I'm bipolar. Uh, to put it, that's why I don't put links in the description, things like this. But if you want, like I talked about these books, right? I want acres of diamonds for sure. And so if you send me a meaningful comment, I will send you this book, right? And I'll send that one book on this video, like this kind of thing. If you like what I'm doing here or anything I've talked about, the stuff I wanted to talk about, which is internet marketing and this kind of stuff, here's who I refer you to. The guy who I called, so Mr. Social Media, and I challenge you to find some other fucking guy to whom we can give that title. That's Gary Vaynerchuk, right? I wanted to keep talking about him, and I could talk about him for hours and days, frankly, and months. Like the last, like I told you right now, that he has case with sneakers and he doesn't sit on his ass, but there's a picture I seen of him or like a video where he has his feet on the desk and it's such a cool fucking little touch. The sneakers underneath it says hashtag gratitude, or on the soles the hashtag empathy or hashtag engineered no, just one word, hashtag gratitude, hashtag empathy. Guys, that little thing there, that's called branding. That's a big part of it. Because that's something that K Swiss does different from any fucking other brand of sneakers. And they just don't. Why don't they do it? I don't fucking know. Like, for example, like I got many ideas for inventions that I've come up with over the years. I may have told my wife this years ago, but I actually envisaged Google Street View before they brought it out into production, because I saw what was going on. Like we had Google Maps, and then you were allowed to be able to send pictures to Google. And so if you looked at Google Maps and you went to, like, say, Muskoka, you looked at the map of Muskoka, then you'd see icons for different people in Muskoka who had taken pictures and sent them to Google. This little process, by the way, that's how why the internet works. It's basically networking, but you can have an infinitely large network. And of course, there's no such thing as an infinite knowledge network. What it means is that, for example, like my like I just recently changed this, but for the largest time, my biggest impact that I'd ever made in the world is in one day I got like 1,000 fucking students uh, on my course. I have a course on Udemy.com, quote unquote, how to land the job you want in 2 weeks, and I'm locked out of that as well, by the way, because I'm locked out of like two different Gmail addresses, and it's a big deal for an internet marketer slash writer slash content creator. Like I've lost multiple books. Like my friend and YouTube fan Giuseppe Morgante. Hi Joe, if you watch this, the guy has already sent my wife and I. He sent us like a book, sweetie. If you can keep an eye out for these goddamn book and my boots. You have them somewhere. Like my one of my new roommates, I think, you know, I think he stole my one of my suitcases of shoes. Like my little golden suitcase. Do you remember my little golden suitcase? I can't fucking find it anywhere. And I think one of these cockroaches stole it. Like I've been having trouble with the roommates. Like it's my fault. I keep saying to myself, and it is. Like guys, you have to take responsibility for your own world. Right? The goddamn cops they called. Like I got fucking another set of jail papers here, or like a fine. Like I'll show you, damn assholes. Like I'm swearing at you guys, but I'm basically at the end of my tether. Like I can't handle like this stuff. And my wife is like a sweet angel. Like people with mental health issues, like right now, this car is called a safe space. That's what my wife is doing. And my wife, she's one of my supports. And it really is all about recovery. Like here's another goddamn fuck. I'll tell you this. I mentioned this to someone today. I think it must be my wife or maybe another video, but I just want to point it out. This, I like this could have been a big fuck. I could have been in jail for 6 months very easily, easily. What, what it is boiled down to? It's one fucking thing. The who shows up, like the cop. Like I have a video. It only, well, YouTube is saying it only has 9 views. And now you understand, YouTube can say what it likes and do what it likes, and what it tells you is nothing to do with the truth. Trust me on this. So I have a video where these guys, the cops, I was manic and just rambling, and the cop shows up in the background. You see the cruiser pull up. It's like fucking 40. It might have been 42 division. I forget. Like, and I've had so many interactions with cops. A, I'm a paladin security guard. B, right? And it's like, um, so I talked to these fucking guys, and they were very nice. And instead of booking me for assault and assault, I know very well what I do. I assaulted by shouting at or whatever. If you make someone feel threatened in Canada, guys, that's called assault. And that's a big problem for me because everywhere I go when I'm manic, people get very scared. And I know this, and therefore, then I start fucking with them. And like you've seen these videos, if you watch any of the videos on this channel. Anyway, so this stuff right here. The guy could have sent me to jail, assault, uttering death threats, breaching my previous bail and fucking probation. I'm out on bail and I have 2 probation orders. So, like, kids, I just want to say, I just like, if you want a message, like the theme of this goddamn channel, when you set up your own channel and or blog and or go to anchor.fm, like Gary Vee says, go to anchor.fm, start a podcast. I'm the guy who elaborates on this by saying the reason is you are a brand. And then I'll elaborate further and I'll say yourname.com. And then I'll go even further and say if you apply for a fucking job and you email them from you at yourname.com, is that going to impress someone? Okay, and what about if you email them from you at yourname.com and on your goddamn fucking resume, you of course have yourname.com, you put your website out there, and on your website, you got videos talking about engineering or data drafting or whatever, underwater, like they say now, underwater basket weaving. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I would like you to get into internet marketing and YouTubing and things like this. That's just what I would like you to do if you're watching this. If you have a job, send out resumes while you are still employed. If you have a job, that's how you would do a job. Like, if you think jobs are the thing that you were put here on this goddamn planet for, it's like they say in Amway, like things like this. Well, what is it going to say on your tombstone? Here lies a great employee. This kind of fucking thing. So people make up all kinds of stuff. Like my wife and I, like about a month ago, we went to like the Scarborough Bluffs, and then there's remember that, right, sweetie? And then there's the kind of like it looks like a cathedral or an old. It's some weirded out old building. It looks like some kind of prep school or some weirdness. It looks like basically it looks like fucking hog. Hey, this is Brimley's Road or Birchmount in that area in Macau in this area in fucking Scarborough. If you live in Torontopia or if you're visiting, you definitely want to visit the Rouge Valley. If you cannot visit the Rouge Valley, you go to the Don Valley. If you and by the way, if you can't visit the Rouge Valley, you might want to hit some conservation area in Brampton, where my wife used to live, and with myself, and I guess we didn't have Maximiliano back then. By the way, this pendejo. Listen, I'm just telling you guys what this dog is exactly like me. A dog not only smells thousands of times more, but the whole dog is absorbing your chemicals. Who's to say? I think this would be a correct assumption. The dog and the smell is all chemicals, man. What I'm trying to say is the dog absorbs your chemicals. The dog absorbs your fucking personality, guys, through the chemicals. The goddamn dog. Okay, you can ask my wife. She's sitting right here. Sweetie, it's true. And she'll say shut up and stuff. You know her well enough, I'm sure, right? Trust me, if I start talking shit, she doesn't like me talking shit to the dog. If I call him maldito or something like this, diabolito. If I say the dog is accursed, oh, my poor sweet wife is such a sweet angel that I mean, that's of course why men love women, because women are goddamn angels and men are monsters. That's it. Men are demons, women are angels. Like, that's all there is to it. There's nothing. The dog absorbs your personality, and if you like what I'm talking about, Ty Lopez is Mr. E-commerce. Why? Because he fucking is. He's the guy with a video with this title. Okay, doing 100 million a year in e-commerce is the title of the video. He's actually doing probably 120 at least. And of course, that's just what you want. Of course, it's like I got more videos on this computer than I've upload it online, these kinds of things. And in fact, it's something like this, like it's almost 50-50 with me. Like half of the shit have recorded in my life has not made it online. I've lost phones and computers, and my wife knows. Like, and that is a side of mastery. Is in my world, like 10,000 hours is the number, kids. Underwater basket weaving slash diving, scuba diving. Let's say, let's just be serious. Like, this is a serious thing. Like, this is another thing I've learned from internet marketers like shoemoney.com. He started out as the blogger. Now he's this kind of fucking guy. He'll run a campaign for you. Like, you go to him, and if you're lucky, he'll help you with your marketing. Like, you're trying to sell some products or launch a book or whatever the fuck you're doing. What you're doing actually is A, generating buzz, and then B, turning that buzz into dollars. That's what the fuck you're doing with sales and marketing. It's like my boss, Pratish at ca.com, formerly known as Computer Associates. He just taught me about profession. Again, I don't know if I said it on this video or the previous one. All of professionalism that I've learned, I would say it's from this guy, and all of sales, not sales and marketing, sales. I learned from this fucking guy, and then I ended up leaving because it's not for me. He showed me how it is in the fucking real world. He said, me and my boss, we're just interested in money, which is deals. NCV, Nancy Charlie Victor, new contract value. If you get deals, you win in sales. If you don't get fucking deals, you're fired. That's it. Like, how do you get the fucking deals? Okay, you want to go on the 407. Anyway, I gotta go, guys. We're yeah,